Hey everybody, I wanted to talk today about what heart-exploding, soul-level love really demands of us. Because there is a very specific transition that we must go through to leave behind attachments to our single identity in order to truly open our heart and soul and energy field to combine with another's heart, soul, and energy field to cultivate deep, true, lasting, forever love. And it's a really profound journey, and one that I think I've resisted in previous relationships to the detriment of myself and the relationship. And this has been a huge learning that I have needed to experience. Like, it's a transformation that has needed to birth in my current relationship. And it's absolutely beautiful and exquisite and amazing and heart exploding. And it's also probably the most difficult thing I've ever done. As a single woman, and especially a very empowered, super independent single woman, there was so much that I was attached to in that identity: my freedom, my sovereignty, my boundaries, my freedom of speech, and this hyper individualized place that we can get to. And it's a necessary place as well. I want to prefix this place I'm about to speak of is a necessary part of our healing, where if we've come from the people pleaser archetype, which I have, and I imagine many of my followers have, we've come from not being able to speak our truth, not being truly authentic in relationship, and not having healthy, appropriate boundaries. And so the whole purpose of your empowerment journey, of an empowerment journey, is to find those things, to find your voice, to find your authenticity, to get your boundaries, your healthy boundaries, so you can look after yourself and take care of yourself in relationship with others without damaging yourself and having a self-detriment. And that empowerment journey is 100% necessary, super, super important to get to a healthy place of relating. You can't do healthy relationships without that. But when you finally find your person and you are in a healthy relating dynamic, all of that also has to die. And it is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And really what this is, it's a huge death of the ego, a huge death of the ego so that the heart can rule. And it's something that I support my one-to-one clients to journey with, because you will want support going through this. It's a deep journey. It's scary. It's actually to allow yourself to connect so deeply with somebody that you open your heart and your soul and all parts of you. Literally no parts of you are off limits, because you are creating this beautiful, incredible, intense, deep, soul-aligned love, which is the richest, most delicious love you will ever experience. It's literally the love that you've hoped would be possible in every single relationship. And that and better, that and more. It's so profound and so incredible that you just can't actually imagine it until you experience it. And when you get it, you're like, oh my God, I did not know love could be this amazing. And when we get to this place, it's exquisite, it's beautiful. And there has to be a death of who we are, a death of the single self, in order for the unified self to be born. And what I have discovered, and what I know others have discovered, and what my clients discover through their journeys of allowing this death of the ego, of the single self, in order to open your heart fully with the right man, only with the right man. Sorry, I say man because I'm generally talking to my female clients, but yeah, only to the right person, I would maybe say. And you get to decide if they are the right person. And if you're not sure, then come work with me, because that's what I specialize in, helping women to know, is like, is this my person? And when you found that person, the depth to which you can go to, where every single part of you is welcomed and supported and loved and held in that relationship. And you just create a relationship of devotion with each other. It's the most beautiful, incredible love ever. And it's terrifying to get to. And there was one more thing I was just circling in my awareness. I see some comments as well. Welcome. Hello, everybody who's following me on this live. I will come to the comments in a moment. So the death of the ego, of the single self, the birth of the unified self. I think the piece I wanted to speak to was, in order to allow yourself to connect this deeply with another, there becomes a point where you realize that if this relationship doesn't make it, it is going to obliterate me, because I am that open, I am that involved. I have given myself so fully to this love that if it doesn't make it, if we don't make it, or God forbid one of us passes, that the loss of this connection is going to obliterate me. And there has to be a degree of acceptance around that, and a willingness to enter voluntary into this. It's really just like an ego suicide. It's not a physical death. It's not going to physically kill you. It's just going to kill you on an identity level. And it's so beautiful to get to that place. And I'm making this live today because I had yet another drop down into that place with my relationship today, where my partner and I had a beautiful connection with intimacy, and then a really profound conversation came after that. And I started to realize in this conversation, wow, we are connected on such a deep level that it's terrifying to think that this may potentially not survive in some way. And not that I ever think we would split up, because I don't. I really believe that we are together forever. He's my forever person. I'm his forever person. But, you know, we're humans. We have a limited lifespan. At some point, these things will come to completion. And what I really coach my clients around, and what I really work with in myself, is, yes, this probably will destroy me on some level when we eventually get there, hopefully in 50 years' time. You know, hopefully it's not before 50 years' time. But also to know that I am such a strong and resilient person, and I am a survivor by instinct. You know, I am a strong woman. I've got my courage, my drive for life. It's always there. There's always, even in the hardest moments of my life, and believe me, there have been a lot of hard moments in my younger years. In those moments, I always found a way to push forward and survive and drive, and thank you for the love. And to just keep going, to find a way forward. It's like the ever resilient warrior energy. And that is a core part of who I am. And it's a core part of who you are too. So know that opening yourself up to this deep, deep love is terrifying and worth it. And I fully encourage you to do it with the right person and with support. with, come work with me, get the support, get the one-to-one guidance, so you're doing it with the right person, and you are held through this, because it is tough, but it's so worth it. And there is a knowing that, yeah, this probably is gonna kill me on some level if ever we get to that place. And I actually said to my partner today, I hope that he and I pass away together at the same moment, for whatever that is, but I hope that we go together and we don't ever have to experience this separateness, because it would be horrendous. But this warrior spirit, that he and I both have, we're both very strong warrior characters, that we would find a way forward. It would be deeply painful, deeply, wow. It brings me to tears when I was talking with a friend earlier, like, to actually think of how that could be, but to also know that I'm willing to love, I'm willing to go into love and risk this, because unfortunately, when we don't have that sense that we can survive, that we will survive, even if the relationship doesn't, then it holds us back. It stops us being able to create these beautiful, incredible, profound soul level connections that is actually what your heart is longing for. It's really what you crave and what you really want to be part of. And yet the fear can actually hold you back. And this is the self-sabotaging that I see a lot of clients who, in the past, before they've worked with me, have got tripped up on this. They come out the relationship because they feel like it's asking too much of them. It's asking too much. It's too scary. What if it doesn't work out? What if this? What if that? And all the fears come up. And this is exactly, what I support my clients to work through, so that they can create this incredible, deep, deep connection and deep love. And yeah, I am running a program soon in 16th of October we're starting. This is the 16th of October. We're starting Soul Aligned Love, where I will be supporting my single women followers who are these incredible warrior spirits who just make life happen because you don't give up. You're like, I know this is tough. I know this is challenging. I know there are things that potentially are obstacles, but I am willing to do the inner work to clear out the blocks that may have stopped me in the past from calling in my incredible, incredible beloved. And I am willing to go through whatever it takes, the manifestation process, the clearing out process, the practical dating strategy, to find this person, this soul level love that is so, so worth it. It's worth the ego death. It's worth the fear. It's worth opening yourself and expanding and connecting on this level, because honestly, there is nothing more exquisite than this. And this is the piece actually that I really wanted to come back to, that I had forgotten earlier. You probably, like me, have a vision for who you want to become. I imagine if you are a similar woman to me, then you've done your empowerment work, you've got your boundaries, you've got, your voice, you're out of the people pleaser, you know what your wants and your needs are, and you're good at expressing them, and you're good at saying no when you need to say no. But all of this is a very masculine energy, and it's also very necessary. I want to say it's very, very necessary. So this is not wrong. It's just a pattern that we have to work through, that we have to embody a really strong inner masculine to heal from the codependency, the people pleasing, the toxic relating in the past. But we don't want to be deeply masculine women, right? We're feminine women at heart. We're soft, we're loving, we're compassionate, we're gentle. We know that we've got that part underneath the protection, underneath the strong masculine that we've developed. And when we work through these pieces of surrendering into the relationship, really giving yourself wholeheartedly to a relationship, what happens, the molding that happens, is actually the completion of the healing cycle, where we begin the relationship in a very empowered masculine and strong boundaries and strong self. And this is exactly the right place to start. And then we come to an unfolding, a healing of the wounded masculine, a healing of the wounded feminine, so that we can actually stand completely strongly in our mature, healthy feminine and let go of the extremely strong masculine that we needed to erect in our earlier years. And so it actually molds you, this beautiful death of the ego, this surrender into the obliteration of the self to become the unified self. It's the awakening of the deep embodied feminine within, and it allows us to become this beautiful, soft, strong, but soft, feminine woman that is our true nature. It's not like we need to try and pretend to be her or chase after some idea of what that means. It's your innate nature. It's who you are in the core of your being, when all of the wounded parts of you have been seen and acknowledged and welcomed and valued, even in their hurt state. And this is exactly what's possible in this incredible deep relationship, which is going to be the focus of my Soul Aligned Love program, starting on the 16th of October. 10 weeks, deep diving, women only group online program. Lots of clearing out of blocks, lots of, first of all, identifying blocks. We go through a really beautiful, deep exploration of the self, deeper levels of knowing yourself, deeper levels of knowing your shadow self, bringing it all to the surface so it can all be seen and looked at, and then a very deep clearing process over those 10 weeks to get it all out. And you might think, oh my God, that's a lot, right? But actually, with the tools that I use, it is a lot. I don't want to say it's not a lot, but it is quick and clean and efficient and effective. The tools that I teach you to do this, we get right down to the root core of what the insecurity or limiting belief is, and we heal it at the root so that energetically it's gone. We heal the deep insecurity at the base and sort of like obliterate that, actually, you could say, obliterate that out of your system, out of your nervous system. So your nervous system receives a new energetic frequency for that story in your psyche. And we do this repeatedly over and over and over for sort of around 8 to 10 weeks of the program. And alongside that, of course, you are manifesting and calling in your beloved, because every time you clear out these blocks, you get more magnetic. Every single piece of you that you heal, you step more into your power, you become more radiant, more in energetic alignment with the partner that you want to call in. So yes, there'll be a deep, intense healing period in the program. That is a core part of it. But you will also learn to become magnetic, highly, highly magnetic. You will learn the process of manifestation, and we will support you to actually go through the practical dating strategy as well, to call in and find your ideal man within the 10-week period. That is the aim. So yeah, if you're excited about that, if that sounds like, oh my God, this is the type of work I want, we are starting on the 16th of October. Right now, this program is so new, I don't even have a sales page up for it. So it is application via DM only. You have to message me privately, Natalie Ford at, sorry, I can't even remember my handle now, at natalieford.datingcoach, or just, hit the name on here and drop me a DM and say, I want to join Soul Aligned Love. I am so ready for this type of love. I'm so ready to call in my ideal man, and I'm ready to clear out the blocks and do the deep work and manifest him and become magnetic as fuck. Then yeah, there is currently a very, very exclusive rate for joining, because we don't even have the sales page up. You would be an early joiner. But one of the main benefits of joining early is not only do you get the incredible exclusive rate, which is significantly reduced from the go live rate, which is when we've got all the sales page up and everything, the rate will be higher. But additionally, you get the early enrollment work, which means you actually get to start working on manifesting your ideal man now. From the minute you sign up, you get that in your inbox. There are 2 to 3 stages of that initial pre-work, we call it. And yeah, you get to start manifesting your ideal man from right today. And so by the time October 16th comes around, you are already highly magnetic, already calling in your beloved. And really it's just going to be the support of the group, incredible women support, all empowered women doing their work, very high achieving, career driven women who, you know, they're go-getters. They're on this path to become an exceptional version of themselves, and they want an exceptional man as well to meet them in that. Not just average love, not just, you know, whoever you happen to find on the street to just have an okay relationship. But no, we're talking high caliber, conscious relating, where, you know, we talk like this, the way that I've been talking to you today. This is how you will talk with your beloved in your relationship, this level of depth and clarity and openness, and intimacy. So I can't wait to receive your DMs to join into that program. As I say, there's an incredible rate if you join before we go live officially. And yeah, would love to have you in that. Let me just check, because I did see there were some comments. I'm sorry I didn't get to them sooner. Hello, beautiful ones. I'm just going to wave at everybody who has joined, and I'm just going to respond to the comments in a moment. I do have these boundaries. It's been quiet ever since. Okay. Actually, drop me a DM about that, Vera, and let's chat, because maybe something's going on for you there, and I'd love to support you in shifting that. It is difficult learning new patterns, but what I'm taking from your message is that the dating scene has gone quiet since you found your healthy boundaries. That might mean that your boundaries are actually coming maybe a little too strong or a little bit from shadow, and that's okay, because when we first learn boundaries, they do. That's a normal part of learning anything. You know, we don't suddenly learn to speak a new language and be fluent, right? It just doesn't happen. There's a learning process. But yeah, probably just book like a single session with me. My mind is just not quite here today. The clarity coaching sessions with me, and I'm sure we can get to the root of that. Let's have a little DM chat so we can just make sure that that's the right move for you. But I'm sure that we can clear that in a single session and get you highly magnetic and calling in your beloved. Just waving everybody who has joined. Hello, beautiful ones. Okay, great. I think that is all the questions that I can see. If there's a question that you wrote and I can't see it, please just DM me the question. More than happy to respond. And yeah, I'm not doing lives with any particular regularity right now. This was a spontaneous one. So I will speak to you all again soon. But do jump in, join Soul Aligned Love, drop me a DM. I can't wait to support you.